want to get into what Candace Parker said, but she basically seconded what Becky Hammond said last night on TNT. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I watched it, and yeah, she definitely did. And Shaq said some things as well, and it's just like, y'all dudes hate on the Knicks so much, it's crazy. Because once again, if this was anywhere else, Dame Lillard ain't that tall. Trae Young ain't that tall. John Moran ain't that tall. But these guys get the superstar label put all over them. Pause. We 10-2 since OG. Once again, I'm going to say it again. All these other teams got 2-3 superstars. We don't have that. And look what we're doing. Stop telling me Brunson ain't a superstar. Stop telling me he not the dude. Stop telling me you can't win with him. Because you can. But yeah, if you want to play that, you can play that. Yeah, I was just like, wow, man. It's just, like I said, when this happened anywhere else, oh my God, they praise people. Crazy, man.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. Hold on.
But they backing up their people. You know how that be. Guaranteed, if she'd have said the total opposite, they'd have been repeating what she said. If Becky Hammond would have said, I guarantee you, hey man, the Knicks can win with Brunson, bet they would have been saying that. So they just backing up their people. I respect it, but I don't respect it.
My official sheet with Jalen Brunson.
Okay. Can you hear it?
Candace, do you want to talk about Donovan Mitchell? Why you have him as a starter? They're all going to get in.
I think they're all. Listen, I went record, and to be honest with you, I think the Cavs have overachieved, given that Garland and Mobley are out, and I think Donovan Mitchell has had a quiet, great season, and I think that, like you said, there's no bad choice.
Right.
But I just think I gave him the nod over Brunson because of record and because of what he's done without some of his key guys.
For me, it was Brunson's consistency. Like, he's been consistent ever since he's been there. He should have been All-Star last year, if we're being honest.
Thank you.
But the way he's playing, the way he's taking over games, the way he's bringing everybody along with him.
Did Candace Parker say she'd give Donovan Mitchell the nod over Brunson?
Right.
You know how, hear what I'm saying? You know how crazy that is?
Right.
That's my point. But go ahead, you can finish. I just thought I heard that.
It was even worse. I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear that part. I just heard her saying the whole thing with Becky Hammond was saying. And it's like, don't get me wrong. Cleveland is 2 games ahead of us. Right? They're 2 games ahead of us. And Donovan Mitchell is dealing with injuries. I get that. But Donovan Mitchell,
I don't care about none of that. They not playing as good. Nobody over there is playing as good as Brunson.
Yeah, with 10-2 on our last 12 games, man.
Along with him and winning
team
at the highest level. His points have went up every year, but so has his assists. And I think he's a clear-cut #1 option, all-star starter for me.
You know, I chose Brunson to talk about small guard and him not being able to carry the team. But he's a bad mofo, shut your mouth.
Yes, he is.
And he plays great ball, so I wanted to give him the nod. Donovan Mitchell will also be there. He's also playing great, but, you know, I haven't seen a small guy do whatever he wants to do since Iverson. So I like Brunson.
Since who? Since who? I recall us getting flamed for this.
Yeah, and that was from Shaq. 4-time champion. One of the greatest players that ever played. The most dominant player you ever seen. Yeah. Brunson.
I disagree with a whole bunch of stuff Shaq says all the time. But not today. Not today. Man. Are you crazy? Like, Candace Parker, I get it. You guys want to stick together.
Yeah, backing up our girl.
WNBA. Cool. You clearly, you got 2 guys that are outside of New York saying this now. I'm so glad because she kind of weaseled Crawford out of his original position, which is like, but he's killing. And she was like, no, but he can't win. You can't win a championship with him as your best player, as your best option. Again, of course, you need more pieces around Brunson, but to say that you can't win with him is silly to me. So you'd rather have the guys that have all the talent. We just talked about Kevin Durant, but he might leave your team. He might not live up to all his potential. You'd rather have him? That's a question mark at the end of the day. Just like Brunson has a question mark for you. Nah, man. Like, enough is enough with this. If we add more defensive pieces around Brunson, what do you think is going to happen? If you added DeJounte Murray, who's not clear-cut above Brunson, and a Capella, then what are you going to say? Because if our second unit, if we got a Capella coming off the bench and the Jonathan Murray at the 2, what are you going to say? He ain't better than Brunson. So, like, these are the things that you guys don't think about and think we're just, like, mystified by this. No, we're totally going crazy because we haven't had a player like this since who?
Hold on. You ready for my top 5 greatest Knicks all time?
Let's go.
Y'all ready? But before I say that, I'm going to end the note on that. But let me say this. I guarantee you, if Brunson was playing for the Lakers, if he was playing alongside KD, if he was playing alongside the Joker, if he was playing alongside Kawhi Leonard, I guarantee you they would have him the best point guard in the league. But because it's the Knicks and people can't fathom that, wow, the Knicks is really good. In the hate, you see how she was sitting there? You see her whole posture, her face? She ain't going to give nobody no props. But my top 5 greatest Knicks all time. Y'all ready for this? Clyde Frazier, number 1. Patrick Ewing, number 2. Y'all ready for this? Patrick Ewing. No. Clyde Frazier, number 1. Patrick Ewing, number 2. Jalen Brunson, number 3. Carmelo, number 4. Julius Randle, number 5. Top 5 greatest Knicks all time. Yeah, I said it. Brunson, number 3 over Melo. Argue with yourself. He done more for the city and for the team than Melo did in his second year. You see the buzz? Brunson. Y'all see him.
I don't get it. I love the list. I love the hype. This is not just New York hype. When we got the right people around us, you keep telling me what a superstar is. A superstar is the guy that can motivate everybody, inspire everyone, and he carries himself like a professional. He has everything laid out for him. He has every reason to throw in the towel and just be a spoiled brat, and he doesn't do it. And he's inspired Julius Randle to go be a professional and look at himself in the mirror. Julius Randle was smelling the 3-point hand, whatever the hell he got going on. That's about.
Exactly.
He's following the leader. Let's get this straight. He's following the leader. Anybody else that comes to that team, they got to follow him. You got to be a super duper guy to follow. Giannis will come in. He got to follow him too. Yeah, I said
that's a fact. Yeah, that's a
Joel
fact.
Embiid, all you guys got to follow him. He's the guy. You ain't got that kind of leadership, Giannis. We see what you're doing over there in Milwaukee.
And let me say this. I'm going to end mine on this. Our superstars don't beg for help. We just play. Let me say that again. Our superstar don't beg for help. He ain't calling nobody. He ain't texting nobody. He ain't complaining to the media. He ain't getting nobody fired. He just go out there and play. All ball suckers.